Hello everyone, long time no see. I'm making a Honkai Star account showcase of my account because it's been over 2 years since I started this game and close to a year over since I have made my last video of this account. And I wanted to show you how much progress I've made in that year. And here we go. So I haven't spent any money on this game, still free to play. No monthly pass, no shards. All the bonuses are still there. And yeah, I'm doing this video because the anniversary is this month and I wanted to hurry up and not procrastinate. Alright, so here's my Firefly. I didn't have her the last time I made this, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I was still saving for Acheron. But here, I have her. These are some good stats, I think. Oh, you can't even see your break effect. Let me show you that. 188. I don't know if that's good, actually, but I know she gets more from Trailblazer. So I'm still using Fall of the Aeon, and all of her traces are max. I'm pretty sure you don't have to max most of these, but you know, it is what it is, you know. And her relics, they're pretty decent. The reason I have 152 speed on her is because I don't have a Rod May, like 80% of the players who play this game. Because I skipped her on her initial banner because I got Dr. Ratio for free, and I was like, whoa, if I get a free 5-star this patch, I don't need Ron May. And I was stupid. Here's my Trailblazer, still on Harmony MC. I haven't played any of the new story at all, so I don't have RMC. Still rocking this light cone. It would be Dance 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 if someone later on here didn't steal it from him. Yeah, his traces aren't maxed. He doesn't need it. The only ones that matter are maxed. His relics are pretty decent, I would say. I think. He's a lot of effect res, which is really useful for them supports. You don't want them getting stunned. And yeah, I have him at E6, and my Firefly has no Eidolons. I only have one Eidolon on a limited 5-star so far, and it's Silverwolf. She's getting buffed soon though, so it's alright. I pulled a Fugue because I was going for an Eidolon 1 on her. I'm rocking Pearls of Sweat on her because I don't have any other light cone. Her traces are not maxed. Here are her relics. Pretty okay, I guess. She's reaching a lot of speed. No Eidolons. My Gallagher. I don't think I had this guy in my last review, but this guy is the GOAT. Like, I usually use his light cone, but he is the GOAT. This guy he's put in as much work as my Lawocha. And I haven't summoned an R sustained unit in a long time. All of his traces are max. He's pretty cool. Yeah. His relics, they're decent. I would say I have a lot of effect res on him because he gets 50 effect res from his Eidolons, and it makes him completely immune. He's E6. He's awesome. He's among the time. You should pick him up if you ever get the chance to summon him. And here's Robin. She's awesome too. I have a lot of speed on her for no reason. Like, this isn't useful at all. But you know, it is what it is. And I'm using her free-to-play light cone. Her traces are all max because she's a limited 5-star support. I don't do that to all my limited 5-stars, but for the supports I do because they deserve it. They carry my account. She's rocking a 4-piece cowboy just because. There's no real reason. That's probably why she gets all her speed from. I'm using her to Space Station. No Eidolons. Now I'm on my Yunli. I didn't summon her light cone until this patch, actually, during the Tribi rerun, I think. I don't know, Tribi first run. And this light cone's super good on her. That's why I summoned it. I've been saving for it. Her traces are mostly max on the ones that matter. Her relics, I'm rocking that, what's this called? The Fei Shao set. And her relics are pretty decent, I think. Not as good as they can be because her crit rate is not at 100%, and that is pretty bad. But you know, we RNG it. You know, that's just how it is sometimes. No Eidolons. I don't have any Eidolons. Okay, we don't need to show Clara. But she usually uses Fall of the Aeon or, you know, this Lyco under the blue sky. Her traces are, yeah, those are traces. Her relics are pretty good, I think. She just has no crit rate though. So that's how it is sometimes. And her relics planner set sucks. Yup. Here's my Himiko. She's really useful. Unfortunately, I have 3 Elation Lycones, and I'm just splitting them around my units right now. I don't use chest, so she just imagine I'm using this and I'm throwing the game because you know follow up damage, right? Traces, I have only her follow up maxed. These are her relics. You still using this set because I was stupid enough to farm the imaginary set back in the day. Oh, for Eidolons, I have her at E2. Yup. Now, I pulled on the Herda this year because I like summoning for duplicate characters, and I made it a rule that I will summon on every single duplicate character. But, with what I've heard of the future in my dreams, we're gonna get a future March in Daniel Hong as close to when we get Saber, and that's terrible because I don't have enough summons for all of that. Here I'm using Genius's Repose on my Herda. Her traces are mostly max. I haven't done this because she doesn't need it. Her relics are pretty decent, I think. Yeah, they're pretty okay. They never reach the same heights as my Blade relics, unfortunately. I can't believe my relics peak at Blade and Sparkle. 2 characters that have been power crept. Jinglio, I don't like this unit, unfortunately. Her relics are okay. Her traces are maxed, except for her basic attack. Yep, so, yeah, her relics are okay. I might move her onto the Herda, set, but probably not since I never use her. And then we have Chapard. He's one of the units. I have his Lycone, which is awesome. His Lycone's really useful. It increases aggro, and it has, like, a bunch of defense on it. His traces are not done, but, you know, the shield one's close to max, so, you know, it is what it is. His relics, pretty okay. Just mostly speed, some defense. Yeah. That's not even the right planner set. You know, it's mix and match, I guess. Oh, here's Acheron. I didn't have Acheron the last showcase. I was saving for her. I don't have good relics on her. I pulled her Lycone because she's awesome. And she kind of needs it. Her traces are max. Yeah, her relics, I have a bunch of crit damage, but no crit rates. And that's a problem. But you know, we'll fix that when we get Xiaocho. Trust, I'll farm. Now we have Bailu. She is in an interesting state because if I was gonna pull, I'm having a hard time deciding between something for Castoris or Jiaocho. But if I were to pull for Castoris, I would have to put this Lycone on her because I don't have any other Lycone to use on Castoris, which is unfortunate. And these are her traces. No, I have E2. Yeah, this is a curse. Every time I summon for a sustain, Bailu shows up. So hopefully she gets buffed to be actually useful. I pulled for Fei Xiao because I'm a gambling addict. But here's my Fei Xiao. I'm using Stellar C on her. Her traces are maxed. I'm using this set on her, the ultimate crit rate follow-up set. The relics are pretty decent, I would say. I usually use her at March. Now we have Blade. This guy is my most invested unit. He's goated. Except he's trash. I have his light cone. The unreachable side. Because he'll never be able to clear a cycle. And his traces aren't maxed out. But I assure you, if I did max them out, he still would not be clearing in 5 cycles. Here's his relics. They're all super duper good because he's the GOAT. And he deserves it. And he better get an ultra super big buff from Hoyoverse. No Eidolons. Maybe if I had Eidolons, he might be good. Probably not. But there's potential for getting Eidolons soon, so it is what it is. Bronya, my first 5-star in this game. She has no investment into her, unfortunately. Well, she has speed and crit damage. Still using past and future, because I'm a gambling addict, so I don't save those things, those shards or whatever. Her traces are not maxed. Here her relics, she's using a mixed set. Yep. I actually have a bunch of these because I farmed for Zila, and they're pretty useful for mixed sets. I picked E1 Bronya for my free 5-star because I'm not picking Yan Qing as my free 5-star. Unfortunately, he's not good right now. And I summoned for Tree this patch because I had to summon for a unit because I have gambling addiction, and when I see good unit, I'm like, I gotta summon. Well, she's currently using Dance, which is one of her best light cones. And her traces are maxed. Her relics are trash. I'm using a 2-piece of sight bulbs, and at her the crit rate one. And for my planners, I'm using what's this called? Monwick. So I have a fast Tree, no Eidolons. She's pretty good. Even if I don't have enough investment there, she's really decent. I think she is better slow, but you know, we don't do that. And now we got Sparkle. She's recently been updated for me because she used to be worse than this, not 160 speed. This is a hyper speed Sparkle build. I have her light cone. I could not tell you the reason why I summoned for this, but you know, we did. And her traces are maxed. Her relics are decent, but I have a 2-piece and a rainbow planner set. So yeah, she's getting as much speed and crit damage as possible. All other stats do not matter to her. Yeah, and she has the ER rope because you need the ER rope for her to actually work as a unit and be SP positive. Now we got Stila. Nothing has changed. Yup, still rocking her light cone. Her traces are maxed. I have not changed her relics in a year. But why change what's not broke, right? I might not be 0 cycling of her. I might never be using her. But you know, if I ever decide to use her, you know, she's there and she's usable. Silver Wolf. My second limited 5-star. Usually I would use her light cone on her, but Pela has it right now, and Pela is a better unit right now, and that's terrible because I don't like Pela. So yeah, I have her traces all maxed. Her relics are pretty good, I would say. She needs a lot of effect res to hit those thresholds of actually debuffing the enemy. She has an ER rope, and she actually is the only unit on my account that's a limited 5-star with an Eidolon. And this is a pretty good one too, so you know what? Nothing to complain about. I got Dr. Ratio. He's usually on like Stellar C, but not anymore because someone has that right now, and it's a better unit. But here's his traces. Here are his relics. Actually, we don't have to go through that. We're gonna go to Daniel Hong. So here's my Daniel Hong. I'm using his light cone, and here's his traces. And here are his relics. I should probably swap to a attack boot set now. Now that I'm using a 160 speed sparkle, and he probably would be better with that instead of speed boots. No Eidolons. Here's my level. Actually changed him up a lot since the last time you've seen this. I'm using the effect res light cone with him on it. And his traces are more leveled than last time. And here are his relics. I decided to use a two-piece, and I went all into effect res. Because I don't want him getting stunned by those automaton robots. Because even though he has a 70% chance to not get stunned, those things don't count as a crowd control. So, you know, it is what it is. My Welt doesn't exist. He has a light cone. No Eidolons, no relics. I have a lot more units. I'm not going to show you all of them. I can show you a few of them. The ones that I care about. So here's my Serval. She's my self DPS for my Herda team. I'm using this light cone because it's good for farming. I usually use breakfast, sleep well, but seriousness of breakfast. But I'm using that on my Herda right now because that's the only unit I can use to clear MOC 12, and I still haven't cleared it. Here's my March. She's built. She does a lot of damage. She probably has too much speed. And I'm using a trash light cone on her just to show you how good she is. You know, even with a trash light cone, she's still usable. Her traces are max. This is including her shield form. I maxed out her traces on both. Have her E6 because she's free. I also have her E6 on on her preservation path as well. Let's see. Who else can I show? I can show you my Arlen. I have his light cone on him, and his traces are not level, but his relics. You might be wondering, what am I cooking? Well, these relics are not his. These are supposed to be for my future adventurine that will never exist. So it's gonna be forever stuck on him until I do pull that adventurine. He's E6. Maybe we'll build Arlen one day. Well, that's all the units I wanted to show you. Everyone else kind of sucks. So that's where I end the video. Bye and see ya next year.